afternoon, sisters, brothers, owners, renters, and others. J. Sullivan Black, Real for Life show coming at you on the Harambee Network, one of the most fantastic Pan-African stations in the universe. And our purpose of being on air is to further the teachings of Marcus Messiah Garvey. Garvey reminds us that a people without knowledge of their past history, their origin and culture is like a tree without roots. And something about this is a fascinating show tonight, meaning I have a co-host from Inner Light Radio, and she works with Dr. K. Dr. K is one of my friends, and we own the Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery. Rachel is one of her co-hosts. She is the in-house artist that works along with Dr. K. So the only way I can say the show tonight, we would call this an Artrepreneur movement, and it's all about the purpose is to create a village to help support. With that, below, I'll let you do the shout-outs, and then we'll introduce, let the panel introduce themselves, and we'll pick it up from there.
Wonderful, wonderful. Hello, Harambee. Hello. It is just a blessing to be here, as to say back in the day, eyes here, eyes here. So I am so happy to be coming to you from sunny San Diego.
Somebody need to mute their phone.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. I'm sorry for cutting you off. The mute was smothering you out. I mean the noise. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. All righty. So I just want to give my shout-outs. As you know, I'm calling from sunny San Diego, and I am just happy to be here, and I definitely want to give my shout-outs. I want to first give a shout-out to South Africa, to People's Republic of China, Jamaica, Turkey, and I just want to say thank you so much for listening to all of the United States. So, like I said, if you want us to pinpoint what city and state you're calling from, you're going to have to call in, and you're going to have to show us your area code. So this time I'm not going to do just the cities because I want to make sure that every state, that we definitely acknowledge them, because someone has called from every state, most definitely. So I definitely want to say hello to North Carolina, Virginia, Kentucky, West Virginia, Montana, Oklahoma, and Rhode Island. Much love, most definitely, to Mother Africa, the mother of civilization. We thank you so much for just bringing us forth. We know that you are the reason we are all here. One thing I haven't seen any area codes calling from Hawaii. Hawaii, you need to get on it. Start showing us some love. In Canada, we want you to keep on calling in. I want to pinpoint your territories. So I just want to say here on the Real for Life show, we're going to turn things up. Coming to spring break, we're going to be talking about steaming your vagina. We're going to talk about men, how to clean out your, I guess we'll call it your pineal gland. We want to get on to your organs, how to clean those out. So the show yesterday was very juicy. I was listening in to Dr. K's show and her co-host Rachel. And that show was good, you guys. So we definitely want you to start listening in on both shows, because sometimes we will be pinging back and forth and sharing some things that Dr. K has shared and Rachel has shared, and some of their co-hosts will be coming, some of their guests will be coming on our show. So good health is the direction that we're going here on the Real for Life show, and we're talking about health on the inside and out. So with that being said, back to you, Pops, and let's tell us what we're talking about tonight.
Well, for one thing, sisters and brothers, you wonder why I bring somebody from another network, because it's all about Harambee, which means pulling together, and it's not about competition always, it's about cooperation. We do things that people need to hear about. Other people do things that need to be heard about. So with this, without taking up a lot of time, I'm going to turn it over to Rachel, and let each person introduce themselves and go from there.
Well, hello, everybody on Radio Land of Harambee, and the special show that you guys are having, Real for Life. That's nothing but the truth. I tell you, I appreciate you guys giving us this platform, and like everybody said, my name is Rachel Pope. I'm known in the community as Queen Rachel, and I live here in Maryland. And I am an artist educator, a fine art artist, as well as face painter and creative relaxation specialist. I created Entrepreneur movement, and I use my talent to educate about health awareness, recycling, the business behind art, enhancing motor skills and self-esteem, and encourage the spirit to build healthier homes. So Monique, would you like to introduce yourself to the radio land?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Monique Livingston. I am a caregiver specialist. I've been in the medical field for over 17 years. I'm also a forensic scientist, and I have my own Loving Hands and Caring Hearts for Seniors agency, and I specialize in senior care.
Frederick Hargrove?
Yes, my name is Fred Hargrove. I'm the president and CEO of Contract Infinity Group. I've been in business for 8 years. Contract Infinity Group is a government contracting consulting firm. And what we do, we help small businesses acquire government contracts. We provide contract support. We provide marketing to small businesses who want to tap into the very lucrative market of the federal government. I've been in this industry for about 26 years. I spent 18 years in the federal government awarding government contracts. I decided to embark upon this journey known as entrepreneurship in 2006. It's interesting, at the beginning of the show, you mentioned Marcus Messiah Garvey. Marcus Messiah Garvey is one of my heroes, actually, father of black nationalism. I used to own a bookstore in the Washington, D.C. area. I currently live in Columbia, Maryland. If I had to describe myself, I'm extremely passionate about what I do. I have to consider myself a serial entrepreneur. I am a small business advocate. That's really how I define myself, a small business advocate. You know, I truly believe at this point in history, in the 21st century, we had this great civil rights movement and we fought for civil rights. I truly believe at this point in history, it's really about economics. We need to develop entrepreneurs in our communities. We need to put a lot of emphasis on building our economic base. I think Dr. Claude Anderson was absolutely correct that we must begin to build group economics. So my passion is really about economics and about entrepreneurship. And I think we need to produce more of those types of individuals in our community. So I'm really excited about the opportunity to listen in on what you guys have to say about business, doing for self, community, all of those wonderful things.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hargrove. So, Dr. Sajinet.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Paul Reginald Siles out of the Pennsylvania area. I'm the author of the book, The Ministry of Networking, which is a mentor and study guide for primary black males who find suffering in their life and in their culture, but can find hope in knowing that once they recognize where they came from, the motherland, and with the network and support of other brothers and sisters around the world, they can get back to their kingdom. Besides being the author and traveling and speaking, I'm also a business network marketing coach. I work with a number of various network marketing programs, training people into becoming entrepreneurs. It's all about entrepreneurship for me. That's my passion. And I look at things in life in the power of three. It's about collaboration, how we can come together one with another. It's about connectivity, about sharing what we have, the power of the word, the power of experiences, and sharing our spirit. And then creativity, using what you have within you and making something better. So with my journey, I'm here tonight to put those three elements together: collaboration, connectivity, and creativity, as the CEO and founder of the new Spirit of a Dove Black Entrepreneurs Association. That's what it's all about for me. Bring us all together in a creative mode so that each one can teach one and reach one. That's my story for the moment.
Okay. Monique, take the show.
What is Swan Day? Swan Day means support women artists now, today. The co-founder is Martha Richards. And Rachel will be honoring Rachel, and it's an honor for me to honor her on that day, which will be on Saturday, March 29th, 2014, from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Community artist Rachel Pope will unveil her latest creation called The Hem of the Garment. This is to benefit and raise funds for Ms. Pope's endeavors, so we can create a village of supporters to come together to make sure to sustain her endeavors and to educate our community with her talents. The Women's Arts is a nonprofit organization. It's dedicated to helping women artists to get the resources that they need to create their work. Ms. Pope, my connection with her, I've worked along with her in different health fairs. Also, she lends a helping hand with caregivers because I'm one myself and hospice patient in the school, and she has a very good ear for listening to you. And she works really well with seniors, and I've worked along with her in many endeavors along with seniors and see how the seniors react to her artwork and the participation that she help along with the seniors. She's also is a recipient this year for the 2014 Spirit Award of Talent and Art Artist of the Year on April 13th in Derby, Pennsylvania. And that will be sponsored by the Spirit of the Dove Black Entrepreneurs Association, and we all will be there celebrating and supporting with her. The event that we're having will be in Newton Green Senior Apartment, 5300 Newton Street, Bladensburg, Maryland, 20710. Our host is Andy Evans. He's our comedian counselor, and he also is the creator of the Soul of the Comedian Club. So if you have any further endeavors or any other questions in seeking and wanting to help build up Ms. Pope as a community together, we ask that you make a contribution of $20 towards that day. And you can contact me, 443-221-1260, or you can email me on lhch.agency@gmail.com.
Oh, thank you, Monique. Appreciate that. This is Pope, and I need to explain concern about community artists. I lend myself a lot, like Monique said, to the community, being available for the hospital at Howard University outreach programs, health fairs, and activities for seniors, and et cetera. I'm also available for art organizations in the metropolitan area. They always call me for artists in residence so that I could provide my art and education program called Kids for Kids Project. I use face painting and creating craft projects, artistic obstacles, and show and tells for the school, as well as community events and festivals. And I want to explain concern about Kids for Kids Project. The Kids for Kids Project is actually me. I am the kid. And I go into the schools. I teach kids from 4th grade and up, and even the seniors, and that program is called Healthy Arts, and I create activities for them. They kind of coincide together because with the program that I put together, using acting as well as performance and singing with other artists. That is a part of my. I use art to fit the curriculum of the school system. I teach health, science, arts, reading, and math. I enhance the self-esteem, and because kids do care, and I teach about moral standards, concerned about being respectful, responsible, teamwork, health awareness, like I use with Dr. K. That's a good program we have, concerned about good food, bad food. And we use illustration of showing the tests that really move bad food out of your digestive tract, how smoothly it goes through using healthy food. So seeing it right before your eyes and smelling it also, it tells a difference, and the kids pick on to that very quickly, as well as the teachers. I do classes and games to create a very fun environment for the kids, for seniors to learn. Environment for the kids, society, to understand and enhance their motives. So I also deal with patients, like Monique was saying. I call it time out for, if your mind is not relaxed, then come have a cup of coffee or tea with me. I get people to twist their frustration out on paper, but I use that newspaper to recycle into masterpieces of sculptures. Some folks don't like to share a lot of things with their family and friends. Some of them don't even want to go see a psychiatrist. They would rather to have someone that they don't know and listen to them without judgment. I also have a biomat for them to lay down on in case they have some other problems for health challenges. I have them to do their own self-treatment using music, customizing that, and some people want to draw out or sing out their frustration, so I allow them to do so. What does this community support mean to me? If people go back and do their history, they would know that back in the day, Michelangelo and all of them, they had kings and queens to support them when they did their portrait. They provided the studio space. And still today, that process still goes on. Trade and barter, as well as the support system. I know an artist here in the metropolitan area, JoJo, his country in Africa, the village pulled together and support him here in the United States. They make sure that he has a roof over his head, and he constantly painting these wonderful paintings. So I am trying to do that because by me lending myself to the people, I'm coming out to the people to ask for their support so that it can sustain me to be in a community for them. Entrepreneur movement, yeah, that's what this is all about. It means that artists need to know the business or have a business mindset, learning to create streams of income, and they can do this while they sleep. I always advise people to make sure they look at their lifestyle and see what the purpose is, and seek out those companies that can offer residual income to fit within their lifestyle, just like me. I'm getting ready to do an international tour. So I want a discount on my travel, so I go for a travel company in which I can get a card and earn 60% or so while I'm traveling. Don't that make sense? So when people are traveling through my website or whatever, I'm going to benefit from it, including the health component. There are products out there by company where you can receive residual income. And I think that's smart to do. I want those artists to really, really take that to account and consider doing something like this. And I guess I'm going to set the pavement for them to follow. So, this is who I am. I always say it is best to work together than alone. and this is why we are coming together. And I'm just truly honored and thankful of the people in Pennsylvania for selecting me to receive the award. I wasn't expecting that, but I was going to show it to show my artwork, the hem of the garment, so that they could see it in person. But that group, the Spirit of the Dove, is a group that everybody needs to know about. And grant is also another form of income that I always write my grant proposal, and I have the guidance of how to provide my working, my writing skills to make sure I do it the correct way through the guidance of Mr. Frederick Hargrove, who's going to be speaking next. So, if anybody out there want to contact me to come to your church to show the artwork, call me, put together, and let's work together as one. And I'm very thankful and honored to be on Dr. K's. Not only am I a co-host, but I'm a student, too. Time that I'm on that show, of everyone that come on and teach us how to take care of our health. You got to be healthy in order to get wealthy. So my number is 530-428-5. Find me on Facebook, so it's Rachel Pope, so check me out in Frederick Hargrove.
Okay. All right. Well, again, my name is Fred Hargrove, and I met Rachel a few years ago in the building where my office is located on the 5th floor. I think at the time she was associated with the Prince George's County Council of Arts, and we started talking about a lot of different issues, and the idea of grant writing came up in the discussion. And I was telling her my area of expertise is in government contracting and grant writing. I was quite impressed with what Rachel was doing in terms of her, in terms of art. I thought she was a phenomenal artist with a social mission. She goes out in different places and lecture and help people on health issues and educate them about the arts. And I thought that was just absolutely fascinating. And so I told her what I have been doing for many, many years. And she was trying to get some grant money for projects and some of her colleagues. So she referred me to some of her colleagues, and what I do, I help them get the 501c3 nonprofit charter, and then once we do that, we pursue grant money from various different foundations, various different institutions, and private donors as well. And so essentially what I normally do when I'm working with a nonprofit, I kind of try and discover what their mission, what are they trying to do, basically. And we put together a package for them, and we send to the Internal Revenue Service for review. We look for their budget. I don't want to get into all the specifics of it, but we put together a package for them, and we send it to the Internal Revenue Service. And if they meet all the requirements, they ultimately get what they call a 501c3 charter. And once you get your 501c3, most people want money. They want funding. And what I've seen that's a common problem that I've witnessed is that a lot of nonprofits are struggling, and it's difficult to get funding in many cases. And so the way I come into the picture, how I utilize my expertise, I go after opportunities, grants.gov, different organizations, and try and find money for these nonprofits. Because I know in talking to Rachel, many of her colleagues are in the field of arts and other nonprofits, and they're trying to get funding. That's a classic problem, and so I share my expertise in that regard. But one of the things I also wanted to mention, as I said earlier, what I do is to help empower small businesses. I think small businesses are the engine of this society. They create over 70% of the jobs. And so, like I heard Dr. Siles say that he's passionate about entrepreneurship, I'm also passionate about that. And I think I would like to show, particularly African Americans, point them in the direction where the money is when we talk about government contracts. The federal government spends over $500 billion annually on products and services. And so if you're a small business and you want to grow your business, you don't have to put all your energy into the private sector where most people start out. If you are an American taxpayer, you should be getting some of these government contracts. And so that I'm the conduit to getting you the government contract to educate you first on how to do business with the federal government, and then ultimately help you win a government contract. I do a lot of workshops on how to do business, how to win government contracts. I travel. I didn't mention that I've written 2 novels. All That Glitters Is Not Gold. Rachel read my book and thought it was kind of interesting. And my second book is called Red-Handed, but that's a different genre. Now, I'm working on a 3rd book called In Pursuit of a Government Contract, How to Sell Your Products and Services to the Federal Government. That's my 3rd book I'm working on now. Hopefully it'll be completed by the end of this year. And so I'm going to start the tour, traveling, educating. So the passion is I want to produce successful small businesses and make them become successful government contractors. There's so much money out there, and unfortunately, small businesses don't quite know how to access these opportunities. And so that's where my passion, because it's great we could talk about entrepreneurship. We want to build businesses. But if you don't have any business development support or any direction on how to win contracts and grow your business, it becomes an exceedingly different challenge. So I'm just so glad that I've been able to know Rachel, a woman that's very passionate about the arts. And I certainly like the term that she uses, Artrepreneurs, which is really an interesting concept that she's taking art and bringing the business component. And so it's nothing wrong with pursuing business. I just think that at this point in the 21st century, the unemployment rate is staggering in our communities. Unfortunately, our president will never be able to provide full employment. So we got to be more creative. We got to focus on business development. We got to focus on economic opportunities because we're far behind in that sense. So I decided to put my energy into a movement called being an advocate for small businesses. So I think that's where the problem is. Education is certainly number one, and then in my judgment, I think we need to build more successful businesses. If you guys know anyone that's interested in growing their business in the federal market or state, local government, you should consider doing business with Contract Infinity Group. You can Google my name, and you can find my company, Contract Infinity Group, and I will be glad to give you any type of consultation on how to obtain grants, how to get your 501c3, how to get more government contracts, because as an American, all of you who are in business, who have a product or service, you deserve your fair share of government contracts. And don't rule out that market to grow your business. So thank you for the opportunity to engage me on a subject that I'm passionate about, and thanks for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you, Frederick. I appreciate that. And Black, do you want to go to break right now?
Yeah, why don't we take a break and kind of regroup? And, hey, fantastic so far. Delani, take us a break, please.
My name is Amir Ahman, and I'm 7 years old. I live in North Carolina. Welcome to your new media homeschool network. I'm a new radio hostess with the Black Learning Channel. Our radio program comes on every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be followed by a live classroom lesson taught by some great teachers. Please join us and all the other great hosts here at the Black Learning Channel. This station is designed to help educate children of color from pre-K to 8th grade. We have a chat room, videos, TV, radio, live classrooms, and no commercials. On behalf of all the people here at the Black Learning Channel, we want to say thank you for listening. Hotep! This is Amir Aman, hostess for the Black Learning Channel. We want to thank the UNIA ACL for supporting the Black Learning Channel. For further information on the 100-year centennial celebration, go to www.unia-centennial.org. Looking forward to seeing you in Harlem. Hotep.
Listen, brothers, we appreciate everybody for standing by. Like you said, you think stuff be on there. Y'all check what's going on out there. And we need a little clarification. Rachel needs to really give her information. And we're going to have the Contract Infinity Group give them. Won't you come back and clear up your information?
All right. My phone number is 530-428-5697. And you can reach me on Facebook, of course, www.facebook.com/Rachel, RACHEL .POPE.355. Okay, Hartwell, give your information.
Okay, yes. If you're interested in doing business with Contract Infinity Group or trying to understand more about grants and contracts, you can contact me at my email, info@contractinfinity, INFINITY group.com. That's info@contractinfinitygroup.com. You can reach me at 301-683-2132. And, of course, my website, the same, www.contractinfinitygroup.com.
Okay.
All right.
Dr. Sal, are you there?
Yes, I am. All right, folks. Once again, let me say good evening to everyone, those on the call and those listening in via the websites and the recorded message. I am Dr. Paul Reginald Siles, author of the Ministry of Networking, business coach for network marketing, and entrepreneur. And my latest feat is the development of the association called Spirit of a Dove, Black Entrepreneurs Association. And what we are is a entrepreneur movement where our goal and philosophy is all about connecting people to their core. And I like what Brother Fred Hardgrove talked about in his mission in his company, because we're like the step one before you get to that process. We look at the human soul. We find individuals who maybe in their heart's desire never thought about a business, never thought they had the ability or the capability to be an entrepreneur, but felt in their heart that they desire something more than what the world's given them. Sometimes these are people who are strung out, who was left behind, who came out of different lifestyles, made a mistake in life, and now the country we live in gave up on them. So we look for these human souls and we teach them that the fear of self-ownership is something that they need to take away from their existence. And we do that through this networking concept of the Ministry of Networking, connecting people from their core lifestyle, being kings and queens from the Mother Earth, to now here in America, they got to regain that new consciousness. So this association was established some years ago in concept, and this is how I met and connected with Queen Rachel Pope. We always had a mastermind session for about 3 years up and down the East Coast, and we talked about a better way, another way of connecting, especially people of color. And we used the premise of understanding and studying the Black Wall Street movement, how powerful that was, and how a nation came and was destroyed because of jealousy, because of the ubiquity of how people just thought that people of color didn't have no value. And we took that understanding and we said we need to create an environment to let people know first, remember that story. It wasn't something that came and was just washed away. It was something that planted a seed in many people's minds. So we adopted that concept, and we're calling it the New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street, for us, is the SOAD movement. SOAD meaning Spirit of a Dove, where we bring like-minded people together, business-minded people, professional people, people who have energy, people who have a passion to help others. You have to have that humanitarian spirit. And we talk about that collaboration. We want people, all different products and services and businesses, that come together and say, yes, you made your million, you made your 1,000, you made your hundreds in whatever lifestyle you're in. But how about the brother and sister you left behind? We need to bring a gap together and say, let's close that gap. So Spirit of a Dove is about doing that. And we're having our annual event where we have a Spirit Award fair, which is similar to what our country is in the Academy. This is our version of recognizing individuals in various fields who are ambassadors to our cause, who are people who know what it's like to have a passion for helping others. And we're great to have Sister Rachel Pope as one of our honorees this year, where we recognize her skill and talents, how she's been giving back for years, helping communities, developing, using her artwork and skills to help others see joy in life. And she's so passionate about helping those who can't help themselves. So we embrace that thought and say she needs to be recognized. The world needs to know these kind of people, these queens still exist here today. So my purpose in being a part of this movement is just to be a connector, to find people like Mr. Hargrove, like Mr. Black, and other folks to say, you're doing some wonderful things in your pathway of life. How can we bring you together, ABC, with all the others? How can we create this new Black Wall Street so that we don't have to depend on other cultures? We don't have to depend on other people handing out. We don't even have to worry about the government because we have it within our own. So that's the movement. And Spirit of a Dove is for everyone. We're looking for people. We're young. We're only 2 years in the thick. But we find that we have so much to do, and yet so few laborers out there who are willing to commit. To commitment is what we find is the danger zone in entrepreneurship. I've been an entrepreneur since age 16. I never looked back. I've done various businesses. I've been very successful. I gave a lot of money away because I recognize it's not about me. It's about what I can do to leave a legacy for others. So when we connected, Sister Rachel Pope and I, it was about 3 years ago. We met down in a mastermind session, like I mentioned, and she came in. I didn't know anything about her, but she came in, told her story, and she volunteered to help an event that we were hosting. She came in and said, I'll do it. And I looked at that spirit and said, that's the kind of spirit that's a true entrepreneur. See, entrepreneurs who are true don't have to ask someone to do something. They're not looking for a handout. They come in to show what they know because it's about giving. So we applaud that. And then over the years, we stayed connected, and we found that we had a like spirit, and we've been collaborating, and then we started joining forces. So now, everything we do, every event is about how can we support each other. And that's what the movement's all about. So when we talk about embracing the concept and supporting the new Black Wall Street, it's about a global movement. See, each of us come from different areas. I'm from Pennsylvania. Some of you are from D.C., Atlanta, other states around the country. But we're so into our own world that we can never connect with people outside of our environment. These platforms, like these radio shows and these online blogs, that's a way of connecting us. Technology that breaks down the barrier that we used to have from a travel distance. So now we need to use these tools to say, it's not about me promoting myself. It's about me finding others that we can work together with. So that became that SOAD support system. That's how we got around the artist movement. All these artists, we call them, in my back in the day, as an artist, a musician in the past, we were called starving artists. We had the talent, we had the skill, but we didn't have the money. We had promoters, we had managers that took advantage of us, and we felt that our gifts was wasted. So SOAD came in as a support network to say, those artists, those individual people who are aspiring to be business people, we are your support connector. We will help you find individuals who can help put your plan together. We'll help you connect with people who can get you out there blasted on the shows. We can help you get you interviews. We can help connect you with people who have the funds and the money. Because believe it or not, there are many millionaires in this country who are looking to give money away. They're just trying to find the right avenue, the right platform, and the right group of people to give it to. So as a group coming together, we have that power. Individually, we cannot stand. Collectively, we can do anything we want to do. So we invite everyone to get behind Queen Rachel Pope. Support the mission she's doing, because by supporting her, you're supporting everyone, because she's going to connect everyone that she touches and agrees with. And this event we have in April 13th in the small town of Darby, Pennsylvania, right outside of Philadelphia. We chose that town. It's a small community, thriving black heritage. And we said we go to communities that connect with the idea and the concept of black ownership. So we go in there to recognize people and let them know you're small in stature, but yet there's some mighty people who came out of that community. And then when we do that, we're going to travel to other places. So we want you to connect by reaching out to us. Our website is www.meetup, one word, MEETUP.com/ the letters SOAD network. That's www.meetup.com/ SOAD network. That's our connecting site where you can see our activities, find out our mission statement, who's who, what our goals are, what our core values are, and then you can contact via telephone to our main office by dialing 267-298-3020. Once again, 267-298-3020. And we'll look forward to connecting with you and finding how we can become a bridge to connect each other. And we want to connect with people around the country, your contacts. Maybe you don't have the time to say, I want to be a part of another movement. I want to be a part of another association. But just your presence, just your influence can connect the right people. Because our goal is to keep going until the God Almighty tells us to stop. So we're here to support Rachel Pope. We're here to support the black movement. We're here to support Harambee, because it's all about each one of us connected. So we're a collaboration, we're connectivity, and we're creativity. I'm Dr. Paul Reginald Siles, author of The Ministry of Networking. You can get my book. It's a great read. Simply go to www.theministryofnetworking.com. You can also find it on Amazon, or you can call that same hotline number and get your autographed copy direct. I thank the people behind the scenes here for allowing me to be on, and I also thank Queen Rachel Pope for including me in her mission movement of entrepreneurship. Thank you very much.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Dr. Siles, and everybody that came forward to be on this train with me. I want to seal it with this. The reason why this movement is started is because there's an organization called the Hatch Fund organization, and they had reached out to me because I qualified for the criteria for me to use their nonprofit and administration to raise my funding for my projects out in the community. So I'm trying to bring a village together to support me so that I can get enough amount of folks together so once we launch this website through Hatch Fund, everybody can go ahead and donate, make donations, and I only have like 45-day window to do it. So right now, this is one of the things of why we're here together is to create this support system. And the Entrepreneur movement is on the move. So all artists out there, if you want to know the same process, make sure you reach me. So, Black, I'll turn it over to you for folks that have some questions and to address us.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, I found the show so invigorating. Matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago, I had told Valora I found the link, what's been missing from us as a people. Everybody's doing it but us, so I declared 3 weeks ago we're going to do the Harambee movement. We're going to do Harambee teams, pulling together. So we're going to upgrade to reaching out, pulling and working together for progress. And we'll know we're making progress when you step off any plane, boat, train, or whatever, anywhere in the country and say Harambee and people look around. And that's, everything got to start somewhere. And sisters and brothers, I think listening to different people from different angles, we're all shooting for the same goal. So I could say this would be the centerpiece for the Harambee movement. Anybody online can agree with that?
I share.
I agree. I say, I'm with you. You know what I would like to see? I would like for us to put, and this just hit me, for us to get together, and whether it be a website, in some way we get together, and say, for instance, if someone wants to visit a different city, that we can greet that person, not so much as let them come into your home, because we know not everyone is always on the up and up, but at least that you can show them around or meet them, if it's so much as have lunch with them, just to greet them, and just get, even if you just email them and let them know what places not to go, what are some good places to go. So sometimes it would be nice to be able to just go visit a different city and just to be able to say that I have someone there to say hello to, if that makes any sense. And we could grow it from there.
That's the Harambee spirit, sister.
True networking. I mean, they have ambassadors do it around the world. You bring an ambassador in from another country, the whole government shuts down to give them the red carpet treatment. But when we talk about black women, we don't even say hello sometimes. So I think that's a great start. We have to connect and say, if I'm coming to your city, I expect to be treated with respect. And like you said, no, you don't have to take me into your house unless you want to, but at least I have someone I can connect with, so now I can enjoy the fruits of your city, and then we can connect and expand that. But that's what we call true networking, and that's what it's all about. And I think the sooner we do it, and the more we do it, the more we advocate it, the better we're going to find the movement continues to go.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Harambee. Did anybody call in or listen? We got any outside people that call in or listening, like to make a comment? It's open to the panel or anybody that's listening in, like to ask a question or make a comment.
Good evening. This is Debbie Brown. I'm calling from Philadelphia. I am Finance Director for Spirit of a Dove, and I'd like to say hello to everyone. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Dr. Stiles.
Hello. Welcome in. Speak. Tell us some good news.
Oh, okay. I would just like to piggyback on the fact that it is a good feeling when you go to another city and someone is there waiting for you to come, because Rachel had an excellent exhibit that we attended in Washington, and we were greeted when we got there. We were taken back to our departure area. We were treated like kings and queens, and it was just an excellent experience, and I look forward to doing it again. And I like to travel, and networking, sometimes you do have to travel. I mean, if you really want some things to work, you can't do it all the time, but when you're able to do it, I would certainly recommend it, and I would certainly recommend having a welcoming committee.
I like it.
Point well taken. Anybody else like to add some goodness to this great salad we throwing here together this evening, sisters and brothers? Nothing but progress.
Queen Rachel, this is Valora. I had a question about the children. And my son, he loves to paint, and we both love abstract art. He, on the other hand, doesn't know that it's abstract art. And but I love it. I love abstract art, and we actually, when he paints, I get so excited, especially when he fills up the whole entire page, and we just started working with some canvases and things like that, and we sit and we pick out what we see together, you know, and so that is really, really fun. And I just wanted to know, do you have any other tips on how to, I guess, keep that progression going for him? Any type of paints we should use? We use water paints. We're moving a little tiny bit into the acrylics, but I'm really looking into getting him to doing more. So do you have any tips that you give the other children and what they do when they're painting to really bring the spirit of, I guess, art out of them?
I know that what I can say is concerned about what I was taught by my mentor in elementary school. He had given me, he called those paintings by number. You remember seeing those? You paid by number?
Yeah, we bought a couple of those. We did. We got a couple of those. Those are cute.
What they did, they challenged me. They had me to paint it. And my dad was in on this. And I still have the original painting today. He asked me to transfer the image that I had just painted onto a blank piece of paper. And if I could do that, he would give me a stretch canvas. He would do it himself. And I had my very first canvas painting downstairs of Mama Cat and Baby Cat. And that encouraged me because it was a challenge.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they love a challenge. And he just loves to paint on paper. And I really, really make sure that I push for him to use all of the canvas. And I love for the colors to be very deep and very very vibrant. So I when he just wants to paint some sticks, I'm like, no, that's not the art, honey. I want you to feel it and really get into it. And I think he's like, who is this, me or you?
we down to the last 7 minutes, but I heard a few people tune in late. So I really would like for another shout-out from the Contract Infinity Group. Get their information again, and I'd like for Dr. Siles to give out his information one more time for the latecomers, just to be on the safe side and make sure we don't leave anyone out.
Okay. Fred Hargrove here. If you guys are interested in getting any grants for your nonprofit or pursuing any government contracts, I would encourage you to consider Contract Infinity Group as a business that can assist you in that endeavor. My contact information is, my phone number is 301-683-2132. 301-683-2132. And you can email me at info@contractinfinitygroup.com, or you can visit my website, www.contractinfinitygroup.com.
All right, thanks, Doc. And SOAD, give out your information one more time.
All right, this is Dr. Reggie Sayers, and to connect people to their core, we implore everyone to visit our site where you can become a member and be a part of the Entrepreneur movement, where we are creating the new Black Wall Street, and that website is www.meetup, MEETUP.com/the letters SOAD network. Again, that's meetup.com/SOAD NETWORK, or you can email us your request and we'll get back to you at SOAD Network, that's SOAD Network @gmail.com. And this final thought, this is where we can take action. I'm the action D guy. If we're going to make this movement and create the Harambee movement as we just illustrated, and everybody give that phrase, then we got to put it into action. If we want to connect the dots and all be connected and collaborate and make this movement happen, we all got to be connected. So some form of fashion, we need to find a way to connect each one of us so that now we can have a welcome committee. Now we can have the next tree in the rising. So I thank you again, Dr. Reggie Sayers out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, SOAD Network.
Okay, people, we're down to the last 4 minutes. And the only correction I'd like to make, Doc, we got to make an upgrade. The thing about each one teach one, we so far behind now, sisters and brothers. Each one teach three. Each one teach three. That's the only change we got to make. No, we behind. We only about 150 years behind. So we need to somewhat get caught up. So we're going to have to change from each one teach one to each one teach three. Got it?
I love it.
The power of three. That's our motto we teach every week. Power of three.
Right. Well, that's it. We no more each one teach one. Each one teach three. And I tell you, I'm just ecstatic. I didn't know the show was going to be this dynamic, and we're going to have such dynamic group of people with so much good information. And we in our third week, sisters and brothers, of the Harambee movement. Harambee. It's other people. I've been doing the base research on the word. Other people trying to cash in on it all of a sudden. But it's an African word. It's from an African group. It means pull together. We upgrading the two. Pulling together, working together for progress. And sisters, but I think we on our way to, but you got to start somewhere. So I think we're on the right move, and so I appreciate all my special guests tonight, and I appreciate Rachel, and I appreciate, and once again, sisters and brothers, these people from another radio station, another everything, but it's not about competition, it's all about cooperation. I have no problem having inner light, outer light, their light, my light, any other radio station, as long as they bring us information that we can use as a group, as a people. So with that, I'll let anybody else, but Lord, you want to do the summary or whatever, we're down to the last 2 minutes, I think.
All right, everyone. I just want to say thank you so much for coming on. We enjoyed you, and like I said, the direction that the show is going in is good health on the inside and out. And since your health is your wealth, this show fits right into it. Everyone take care of yourself, inside and out. We love you all. Good night, and Hotep. Have a good one.
Yes.